Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're cracking the code on three of the most common yet trickiest words in English: a, an, and the. By the end of this video, you won't just understand them, you'll use them like a pro. Grab your notebook and let's get started. First up, let's talk about a and an. First, we use a before a consonant sound. For example, the word pen starts with a sharp p sound. So we say, "Can I have a pen, please?" Simple, right? Next, we use an before a vowel sound. Remember our vowels? Let's say them together. A, E, I, O, and U. Look at the word apple. It starts with an a sound. So we say, "Can I have a apple?" Listen carefully. It's about the sound, not just the letter. Now, it's your turn. If I say the word book, do we use a or an? Think about it.
Can I have a pen, please?
Now, here is a golden rule that you will use every single day. Always use a or an when talking about jobs and professions, what someone does for a living, or what they want to become in the future. Let's look at our first example on the screen. Look at the cute picture of the teacher holding a pointer. The sentence says, "I want to be a teacher." We used a because teacher starts with a consonant sound, t. Now look at the second one. She's wearing a safety hat. She is an engineer. Can you hear why we used an? Exactly, because engineer starts with a vowel sound, eh. So never forget to put a or an before jobs. Now, let me ask you, what do you want to become? Think about your dream job and how you would say it using a or an. All right, everyone, we are officially leaving a and an behind for a moment and introducing a brand new superstar, the definite article, the. Remember how we said a and an can only be used with singular nouns? Well, the is much more flexible. As you can see on the screen, it can accompany both singular and plural nouns. Look at the arrows below. The pink arrow points to a single person. That's our singular noun. The blue arrow points to a group. Those are our plural nouns. With the, it doesn't matter. We can use it for one thing or for many things. So whether it's one item or a whole group, the is always ready to help. Let's see how this works in action with some examples in our next slide. Now, when exactly do we use the? We use it when we talk about something known to everyone, or things that are completely one of a kind in the universe. What does one of a kind mean? It means there is only one of it. Look at the pictures on the screen. Look up at the sky. We have the sun and the moon. There aren't many suns or moons for our planet, just one. So we always say the sun and the moon. The same goes for famous places or unique structures. Look at the pyramid in the corner. We say the pyramids because they are famous and known worldwide. So remember, if it's famous, known, or the only one in the whole world, the is the special word you need. Let's look at how our friends use this in a real conversation on the next slide.
Have you ever visited the pyramids? Yes, I have.
Now, look at this super cool rule. What happens when we talk about the same thing twice? Let's read the speech bubble together to find out. The sentence says, "I bought a cake." Notice that the first time I mention the cake, I use a because it's just general information. You don't know anything about this cake yet. But look at the very next sentence. The cake was delicious. Why did it change to the? Because now the cake is known to you. It's not just any cake anymore. It's the specific one I just bought. So remember, first time, second time, the. It's like magic. Look at that delicious cake on the screen, making us all hungry, right?
It's all crystal clear and easy. It's just a straightforward grammar rule. Wait, hold on! There are cases where you don't add anything.
All right, we've talked about an, and the. But what if I told you there were times when we use absolutely nothing? Pause. Sometimes putting or the is actually a mistake. So when do we use nothing? Let's flip to the next slide right now and find out the first big secret. Look closely at the screen right now, because this is where many students make mistakes. The big rule says, don't use or an before things you cannot count. Let's look at the red words next to the big red X. Can we say a money? No. Can we say a milk? Absolutely not. Remember, liquids like milk or concepts like money are uncountable. We cannot count them with numbers directly, so they cannot take a or an. So, what is the right way? Look at the green check mark. We just use the word alone, money or milk. For example, I need to buy milk, or I have some money. Nothing goes in front of them. See our little drawing of the milk carton and the cash at the bottom? Keep that image in your mind. No a, no an for these friends. Ready to see more examples of things we cannot count? Let's check the next slide. Here are 2 more super important rules for using nothing. First, we never use a, an, or the before school subjects. Look at the cool icons on top. English, biology, mathematics, and arts. We just say, I have math on Monday, or I love biology. No articles needed. The second rule is right below the line. We also use nothing before languages. Look at our cute little potato friend being held up by the 2 shadows making a heart. When we want to say we love this vegetable in general, we don't say, I like a potato. Instead, we make it plural and say, I like potatoes. Why? Because you don't just like one single potato in the whole world, right? You like potatoes in general. So we use the plural form with absolutely no articles before it. Let's try another one together. If you like the fruit orange, how would you say it? Exactly. You would say, I like oranges. Now, look at the screen and think, what is your favorite food? Try to say it out loud using this exact rule. We are almost at the end, everyone. You've done an absolutely amazing job today. Smile. Now, look at this big green check mark. Let's do a quick wrap-up to remember everything perfectly. Look at this big green check mark. Let's do a quick wrap-up to remember everything perfectly. The big rule says we use articles to show if a noun is specific, general, or part of a category. Look at the left side. We use a or an for general singular items, just like a pen or a doctor, anyone in general. Now, look at the right side. We use the for specific or unique things, just like the moon, because there's only one, or the ruler, when we mean a specific one we want to borrow. See how simple it is when you look at it all together? You now know exactly when to use a, an, the, or nothing. Let's move to our final slides to test our skills and see how much you remember. Now, look at this big red X. This is our ultimate summary for when we must skip or use no articles at all. Let's remember these rules together. Look at the left side. Skip articles for subjects and places. Remember our examples? We don't use articles before school subjects like math or biology, and we don't use them before places like streets, cities, or countries. See the little drawing of the school books and the Eiffel Tower? That's to remind you no articles here.